What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Save Point Podcast. I am your host, Josh. As always, I've got Sean, Chase, and Leo here. How you guys doing this week?
Good.
So if you're new to the show, I'll give you a rundown real quick. We're going to break it up into a couple different parts. We're going to go over the news stories, kind of going through the entertainment world. That includes video games, movies, TV, everything like that. And then we will go into what we've been playing and watching. And that's going to be kind of how it breaks down. So if you end up liking this, check out other content on our channel. Give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. And without further ado, guys, let's jump in. Did anybody pull any news stories? Or was it just me?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, did you? Okay.
What I saw was HBO confirmed that they were making Last of Us.
Yes, I did see that.
Oh, yeah,
TV series.
Yes.
They were going to do a film, but they decided to do a series instead.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the... I'll bring that one up
It's
first.
the guys who did Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Chernobyl.
I did too. So let's start there then. So really, I mean, video game adaptations haven't been great for the most part. I mean, Sonic seems to be okay.
I don't know. Pokemon was pretty good last
Pokemon was, pretty good. I don't know if you guys have seen the Castlevania Netflix show.
It's really good. Season.
That one's really, really good. So I mean, it's definitely been better, but you got to remember there's like the Bob Hoskins Super Mario Brothers. There was Jake Gyllenhaal as the Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
What I would like to see for the Last of Us show is not a retelling of The Last of Us.
I really hope not.
I'd like to see what happens in between the opening scene.
Yes.
And when you see Joel again. Yeah. I think that would be cool with him and what's her name?
Ellie.
So you don't want a brand
Joel
new?
No. I'm talking about in between the first scene.
Like you're talking about his daughter?
No. The chick he's with in the beginning.
Oh, Tess.
Tess, yes, him and Tess, how they become gun runners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
I think it would be even. That's one way. I definitely don't want a retelling of the story. If you want that, just play the game.
If not that, then just don't even go with the whole Joel thing and just have somebody else in that world.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But I think if you don't have Joel or Ellie in that, people are going to.
I don't think they should do that because I think it'd just be too much like Walking Dead at that point.
I think that there's so much possibility. Yeah, definitely tell a different story because it obviously spoilers from the prologue to basically the beginning of the game proper. There's a 20-year jump. There's so much opportunity to be able to. Yeah, like you said, what happened 5 years after? What happened 10 years after?
Like how we got into his hardened state,
right?
And gun running with Tess and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would like to see some Easter eggs, maybe some characters, younger versions of characters, or some mentions of what happens in the game potentially.
And then you could see what's his brother's name?
Billy. No, is it Billy?
I don't remember.
It might be Billy.
I think it is Billy.
You could see his brother when he was still with the Fireflies and stuff like that.
Sorry, it reminds me of Billy Mouse.
Billy's in school. But yeah, you could see his brother when he was still with the Fireflies and stuff like that. So I think that would be cool. I don't want to see a retelling of the story, stuff like that. I don't know. If you already know what's going to happen, then there's no real incentive to keep watching it.
No, I agree. I do like how it's... Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Joel's brother. Tommy, not Billy. It's Tommy.
But yeah, you could see show Joel and Tess and then Tommy with the Fireflies and stuff like that.
No, I agree. I'm glad that it's with HBO.
Yes.
I was thinking they could have easily in The Witcher. We were obviously we're talking about video game adaptations.
I like The Witcher so far.
I am interested because HBO typically has a high pedigree. Even stuff that doesn't break out in the mainstream, some of the stuff that you don't hear about. Is really good, of a really high quality. With Netflix, there are a bunch of hits, but there's a bunch of misses.
Yeah, Netflix, I think, is just kind of
they just
buy up anything they can,
and so it makes it makes me a little more hopeful that HBO's involved, and then obviously Neil Druckmann, who is basically the guy that created The Last of Us and the characters and the story. He was the executive producer and director. It's cool that he's seems to be more excited and involved because if you guys remember when the movie, The Last of Us movie was announced, he really didn't have anything to do with it. He
Right.
wasn't really involved, and so it's cool that. So maybe it seemed like he didn't care about that, but now that it's switched over to
Yeah,
You would assume a
I think like a
10-episode
TV
season.
show lends itself better storytelling wise
Yeah, I
to
think-
like that
yeah.
universe instead of
I
trying
agree.
to cram so much into like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
now what I hope, like kind of what they did with the Watchmen. Have you guys seen the Watchmen?
Yes.
Not yet.
We've been watching that.
Is
Which I'm disappointed that there's rumors that there won't be a second season.
I hope that there's not, and I hope that there's not for The Last of Us. I really just want it to be one story, 10 episodes, and just because what I'm afraid of is that it's going to be like The Walking Dead, where it just goes on too long, and it's just they should have ended it after like season 4 or 5.
They should have ended
Or
as
6.
soon as Glenn died.
There you go. And so I just don't want it to be drawn out forever. So I hope that they tell like it's a limited series. It's 10 episodes, and it's just like whatever story they want to tell, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But I'm after seeing this story, I'm more optimistic. Because on the other side of that Naughty Dog coin, they're still trying to. Tom Holland said that they're starting to shoot Uncharted, and they don't even have a finished script, and they just added their 7th director, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, either it's just not going to happen, or it might just be a piece of shit.
Yeah, so Mark Wahlberg's attached still for one movie, Tom Holland's in it, and then they announced, not Benicio del Toro, Antonio Banderas as the bad guy. Yeah, he's assumed to be the bad guy.
Antonio Banderas has been having like a resurgence
He really
of
has.
his career.
He reminds me of Keanu Reeves from a couple years ago, where he was just kind of
true.
like, he just came back
Not
with John
not
Wick
as
and-
big as
Right.
Keanu Reeves, but
Right.
I know what you mean.
But more critically acclaimed
Or
than
even-
Keanu Reeves.
even
He's
more,
been, like all of his roles he's been doing. He's been getting like a lot
nominated
of
for Best Actor.
Even
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey when
the reconnaissance.
when True Detective season 1 came out, and he kind of got big with some and then Interstellar was around that time, and
yeah.
but so it'll be interesting to see how HBO does this, but I'm more excited now than I was before, for sure. All right, let's go to the next story. Sorry, I'm scrolling here. We'll save that one for later. Thor 4, Christian Bale to play the villain in Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I wonder, did it say who he's playing?
No,
from
it was
what I
just Tessa
saw,
Thompson during an interview.
Yeah.
It said like Christian Bale's playing the villain, but she didn't say
I love
who.
Christian Bale, dude. He's a really good actor.
I like
Yeah,
Christian
he's
Bale.
very diverse.
He's very committed to his roles.
Right.
Almost
So
killing himself for the machinist.
I wonder if he thinks that he's actually a supervillain.
So I don't know many of these characters. I did see something on IGN that they kind of hypothesized who he could be. I'm just going to run through the names real quick, and if you recognize any of these, stop me.
Probably not.
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta male.
Beta male.
Boulder, who we did see in the God of War game as
Balder.
I mean, I know who Boulder is.
Yeah, he's
That's in
son of
mythology.
Zeus.
yeah.
Is that a picture of him? Some fat ass?
From the comics. I think he's wearing stuff on it.
I would
Oh,
hope so.
I was looking at him from
Odin's favorite
angle.
son.
Cole Borson, Dario Agger, Gore the God Butcher,
Gore and Thor.
Mangog. Yeah, so I don't really know any of those characters, but it's cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, we won't know until we know, because they also like hypothesized who Peter Dinklage was going to be.
Right.
And
Nobody expected him to play a giant.
a giant dwarf.
Why not? At a dwarf star.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't think we have much to add to that, but it's cool to see. What I'm noticing more, and I think maybe it's just because looking back now over the past 10 years of Marvel is like, Chris Evans wasn't a huge star compared to obviously what he is now. Robert Downey Jr., this kind of what resurrected his
I
career.
don't know. Chris Evans is pretty good.
But not like he is now.
teen
though.
movie.
Yeah.
Come on now, guys.
I mean, he was in the Fantastic Four, and God, Jesus Christ, that was a terrible movie. But it makes me. It's just funny to see like now it's like these big name actors. You got like the Eternals. You got Angelina Jolie and Kumail and Christian Bale.
That's because they never really had, good following of having good comic book adaptation.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like what Marvel has done for like comic book movies, and now it's like a legitimate movie.
It's its own genre,
right?
now.
Yeah, and so like before, it was very niche. You know, you had even
Spawn.
You had Spawn, but even like
Spawn
and the Crow.
Kombat.
and the Crow.
You know, you had. I would say X-Men really kicked it off in
Yeah,
the
it's
modern
X-Men and then Spider-Man.
and then the modern era. Yeah, but it's cool to see like these. But I wouldn't call Tobey Maguire at that time when he was cast like a AAA actor, or even Hugh Jackman.
He has been since after the Spider-Man 3.
Hugh Jackman at that time wasn't a AAA actor.
No one actually heard of him.
Right, and
He
so
was doing plays.
and so it's cool to see like now we have established AAA stars attached to these roles.
Well, yeah, it's making billions.
Well, that's what I
money,
mean.
and
It's
they
just
want-
cool to
they
see,
want
like,
part of that.
it's cool to see what Marvel has done. Yeah, for, you know, something that when it started was very niche and it was very nerdy and, you know, comic books and things like that. So, but yeah, I don't think we have anything to add to that, but it's cool that is
If you think about it,
taking
got
place.
George Clooney to play the nippled Batman. And Arnold playing Mr. Freeze.
That was a horrible adaptation of Mr.
I don't even hardly
Oh,
remember.
shit, it
Jim
was-
Carrey and the Riddler.
No, Jim Carrey and the
Jim
Riddler
Carrey was
wasn't.
good.
That was a
It's
different Batman. That was
I
Batman.
know, I'm just saying, like, there were some big stars
Oh, yeah,
in,
yeah.
the,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the comic book movies.
Danny
DeVito
DeVito,
was
Michael
the Penguin.
Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman back in the day.
You had Halle Berry as Catwoman.
Oh god, I've never seen that movie, but
I've
just
seen-
heard it's
I've
awesome.
seen
the
clips.
one where, yeah,
And
I didn't see
it's
Catwoman,
awful.
though.
Like the one where I've seen clips of her, like where she plays basketball and she's like trying to like back up the defender and stuff.
Right.
Uh,
Let's see here. Next, let's switch over to video games real quick. Resident Evil 3 Remake. Did you guys see this? Safe rooms were not safe, and then they were safe.
no.
So they are safe.
So yes, but there
Who play tested it and got their
well,
shit their pants?
there was a
safe.
preview event where a bunch of journalists went and demoed the first 3 or 4 hours of the game, and one of the journalists, I think it was from OXM, he mistakenly took a non-safe room as a safe room, and it blew up on the internet that the Nemesis could break into the safe room. And so there was no safe area in the game anymore. and so it really did. It took off. Like I was scrolling through Twitter. This was only a couple days ago, and it was like, "Oh my God, safe rooms are no longer safe," and you can never hide from the Nemesis.
He got demoted to like obituaries.
but it turns out that safe rooms are safe. Still, so
It's just rooms now.
so
I mean, that
the
would be
room rooms.
that would be a good idea, honestly. If
The
you're trying to
room
make
rooms.
it like super scary.
it was it was official Xbox magazine.
They could have that option where there's like hardcore, where there is.
yeah,
Right.
I could see them doing something like that actually, but
Right.
the fact that moron actually was just
Yeah.
in some random room, I thought it was a safe room.
Yeah, did you?
Did
Like,
you
bro,
listen to the sounds and
right?
the music
You
in the
got-
background?
take in your context clues. buddy.
So I know you're excited. I'm pretty excited for it. Are you guys planning on
really.
playing the Resident Evil 3?
I mean, I'll watch
I mean,
it.
if we buy it,
I'm gonna get
probably
it.
not.
I'm gonna get
I
it.
probably
Day
won't.
one.
Still won't play it. It'll be too scary.
I'm gonna get it day one.
I
I do want to do a let's play of the 4 of us.
Yeah,
Of
I don't know. When I get into a
opening
game,
weekend.
I put myself in the game. I don't see myself
Being in that game.
scared shitless. Put myself in that situation.
Yeah, me either. I'm not.
Hold on.
I think it's gonna be good, but I'm not like looking forward to it in that way.
Evil 3. I'm gonna find this remake GIF.
I mean, I think I played a thriller video game where it's like all you do is take pictures of.
Oh, I
ghosts.
thought you were talking about the Michael Jackson video game.
No.
Yeah, Michael Jackson film.
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
No, it's like you take pictures
Siren,
of
I
ghosts.
think, is what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Siren.
That scares me. It's not even like.
That game was scary. Well,
Was
it was
it?
scary to me. Siren. Remember
Oh, yeah,
Siren? You had to
yeah.
take the pictures.
No, that was
Fatal
Fatal
Frame.
Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Oh, Fatal. What's Siren?
Siren's a Japanese. It's a very traditional Japanese horror game. It was like on the PS3.
Okay.
I think it might have been the same concept in that one too.
Yeah.
With Siren, you could basically hijack the viewpoint of the enemies, or maybe it was other characters, and that way you could you knew when to basically run from cover to cover, based on the position of everybody else in the environment.
I just be switching all the way out.
I'll find it later. I can't find it right now. I do want to show you that GIF I was talking about a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so again, nothing too much to add, but I just thought it was funny. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy is no longer allowed on preview events.
Yeah,
I would imagine not.
Did you guys see, sticking with video games, did you guys see the Ghost of Tsushima launch trailer? And it's got an official release date for June 26th.
No, but I did see the release date.
The trailer looks cool. I'm pretty excited for it. It's what I'm concerned about is because The Last of Us 2 comes out at the end of May.
So that's not even a month?
Not even a month. It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's...
And listen to this real quick, and then I'll just to get all my points out there. So it's less than a month away from The Last of Us, which is arguably going to be PS4's probably biggest exclusive in its lifetime. And 2, the same day that Ghost of Tsushima launches their launch trailer is the same day that The Last of Us TV show was announced for HBO. It makes me wonder, and maybe I'm just reading into it too much, is Sony hiding something? Are they not confident in the game by not letting it breathe? Because you have to imagine when The Last of Us comes out, that game is going to be Game of the Year conversation. It's going to take up it's going to be like the talking point for a lot of people in the May-June time frame. Between that and then the launch trailer and The Last of Us TV show, are they maybe not as confident? You know what I mean?
Right.
Are they just trying to like cover it up by a game that they know is going to be commercially and critically successful?
I
don't think the Last of Us TV show probably has anything to do with it, honestly.
You don't?
No. And
the game I think is they know it's gonna stand on its own, and they're gonna bank on that compared to the other one, where not a whole lot of people know about it, and more than likely it will not be their top sellers because it doesn't have that traction like The Last of Us does.
And I just feel like they've been like, these games have been like teased for so long, and I think they're just trying to get them out before the new gen comes out.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my other point. Are they also playing? Because I don't know about you guys. I always assumed it would be like around August because I assumed that The Last of Us would be able to breathe through the summer, and this would be like their last game before the fall season and the PS5 and the Xbox.
I do think it's a stupid release window.
It seems really strange.
Just release it because, like you said, The Last of Us is just...
It's going to take up all the conversation and
all the hype and...
I mean, is there any other games during the summer that's coming out besides...
Not that I'm aware of off the top of my head, but it still seems...
Maybe they just don't think the markets for each game aren't going to compete with each other that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are.
I know.
Well, that's
Sony
what I mean.
Guys, they love like
it's a third-person action adventure
story
game.
Type of game, which is their bread and butter.
Right, and so that was my other question: is are they just kind of front-ending, trying to get all the PS4 exclusives, the big titles out at the first half of the year, and then everything else is going to be basically next gen? Because I think unless there's something being worked on that we don't know about, this is the last PS4 first-party exclusive, and then presumably everything else is coming out PS5.
I'm pretty sure it is. There's nothing that's been announced after that. I'm surprised they haven't really shown gameplay. It's all been story trailers.
This trailer,
wonder why
this trailer does have.
I didn't see that trailer.
Yeah, it does have some story. It's a lot of cinematics, but there is gameplay cut in. It was gameplay without the HUD,
right?
But you can tell it's gameplay. I mean, the story looks cool. I think we're almost at and I've said this before about zombie games, so who the fuck am I to know? But I think that with like Nioh 2 just coming out, Sekiro, now Ghost of Tsushima, I think that the samurai thing is probably about to jump the shark.
I never get tired of samurai shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm interested in it. I hope it does well. I hope that I'm just reading into it too much and that it's...
Just wait a week, see what everybody says. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Sucker Punch is a good studio, or a good developers anyway.
I love the Infamous games. They're some of my favorite games on PS3. All right. Let's flip back over to movies. Let's go here. and I know we talked about this off the show, kind of in our text thread, but the new Batmobile was revealed in first look photos. I'm sure everybody that would be watching this has already seen that. If not, Google it. It looks like a muscle car. Just between this and the Bat bike and then the costume itself, what's the vibe you guys are getting on this?
My vibe on that, I think the story is going to be in the very beginning of
Batman's
career.
I don't...
Because there was a rumor, actually, hold on. There was a rumor saying that the Bat symbol on his suit was actually taken from the weapons that were used to kill his parents. There was
They use a gun to kill his parents?
Yeah, and it was like melted down and like reformed.
Okay,
Yeah, no, it's just two guns sticking out.
Right.
Is that the Punisher now?
No, it was like melted down and like formed into the Bat symbol.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the beginning just because the Batmobile and the bike just seems so basic.
Right.
And there was
I think they just might be like going for like the hyper realistic like that like the Joker did.
Even more so than
like,
the Nolan
the
trilogy.
hyper realism.
Now there was another rumor. I don't know. This was before all the Robert Pattinson stuff. This was before there was a star attached and everything like that. When Matt Reeves first, but it was supposed to be. And I don't know if you guys read comics at all, but it was supposed to be based on Batman Year One, which is very early in his career. Right. I don't know if that's still the case, but it makes sense.
But like even if it is early in his career, he's still like a multi-billionaire.
Yeah,
so like he would be able to afford all like the cool
just
Bat
shit.
shit.
A black Lamborghini, like Christian Bale. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I am. If they're gonna go the grounded route.
Either.
Do you guys say route or route? Is it route?
So I say both.
It's context.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm saying before and after.
What about Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
I'd say both.
Caribbean.
Depending on Pirates of the Caribbean.
I say Pirates of the Caribbean.
But I do say if you're going to the Caribbean or not. So
me
it's
too.
weird. That was a weird tangent.
Side note.
But
English is hard.
But yeah, so I don't know. There was who else was cast? It was Colin Farrell, not Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell's Penguin.
I was thinking Farrell or Colin Firth.
He wouldn't be very good Penguin.
I think he could.
Will Ferrell.
I think Colin Firth could be a good Penguin.
Isn't there not Batgirl, Catwoman in this? Did I just make that
I
up?
honestly don't know. I've never heard that, so
I might just be making that up.
Yeah, don't put a lot of characters in this. Like,
yeah,
right,
no, I
instead of
agree.
Batman,
every DC movie.
and maybe like tease Robin at the end or something like that.
Right.
Or tease Joaquin's Joker. That'd be cool.
Ooh,
That'd be very cool.
A little bit of crossover there.
Yeah, because they are. I know we already talked about it. I think a while ago. I know that they're at least entertaining the idea of more Joker movies.
Yeah. Talks for like a second, and then maybe like a crossover with the new
I could
Robert
see
Pattinson Batman.
Robert Pattinson. Joaquin Phoenix is such a method actor, obviously. I mean, you look at this and Walk the Line. It's just all of his films, he does, he's a great, great actor. So I could see him walking away from it, but at the same time, this movie made a 1.3
He said in an
billion
interview,
so.
I forget, it was like, I think it was some late night show. He said that he's open to doing a second Joker movie.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be cool if it, it's done well and it has that same tone. If there's yeah, I'm interested to see if they go the Marvel route and if there is like a post-credit scene where, even if it's not.
I feel like that's what like everybody expects out of a comic movie.
Well, that's what I mean. Marvel, made that huge, but
even at like 1917, I kind of wanted to stay till after the credits. And maybe they'd show something.
Maybe they showed a preview for 1942, 1942, Second World War.
Yeah, I was kind of a little lukewarm on the model or like the design
of it.
Yeah,
I kind of have to just see it in context of the movie. If it makes sense within that world.
Right. That's it. Context is everything.
But like, he's a superhero and like one of the richest people to ever live.
Maybe he's just big on that style.
Maybe he hasn't got like the check yet in the bank.
Right. It's all tied up in stocks.
He's liquidating the company.
He's got to wait till like he's 25 to get the money.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know.
I mean, because I'm going to be honest, if I saw somebody, like, driving up in that, I wouldn't be that intimidated if I was a criminal.
No. especially that bike.
Yeah, it looks like a Huffy. It's like a 10-speed. I don't know if we want to talk about this, so I'll just read you the headline. Taika Waititi is making a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory series for Netflix. He's going to write, direct, and executive produce.
It'll be funny. I know that much.
So,
yeah, I like him. He's a good director.
I mean, I wonder what their story would be.
It's
right, a whole season.
It's
like,
well here.
I mean, there's
you lose a
there's
kid
Charlie
every week.
and the Charlie
like
and the Chocolate Factory, and then there was like Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Those were the only 2 books.
I'm trying to.
The second book's actually crazy. Like he takes, you know, how they like gets in the glass elevator at the end and they like launch off.
Maybe
Well, they keep going into space.
Now,
They
it
need to be
is.
the backstory of.
They keep going into space with like his grandpa and all that, and like
so
all
this-
of his like grandparents.
This
and
is
stuff.
gonna be animated, so it's not live action. I just realized that I must have missed that one. But it's an extensive partnership between Netflix and the Roald Dahl Story Company, who are going to create a spat of animated event series, including more of Dahl's stories, including Matilda, The Twits, the BFG, and others.
Did he do? I don't know if
He
it's
did
or
James and the
she,
Giant
James and
Peach,
Giant Peach. I
Matilda.
would love to see some more James and Giant Peach. Dude.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's probably worth a watch. I'm a little less excited now that it's animated, but, you know, if he's got his fingerprints all over it, then it should be, at the very least, yeah, like you said, funny.
Yeah.
All right, switching back, and I'm going to try to segue here. Switching back to video games, did you guys see that 2K Games inked a partnership for future NFL titles?
Yes. I saw that.
Okay, that's good because
Because 2K was better last
So,
time they
this is the
both
thing.
released games.
It is for, quote, non-simulation football experiences.
So
What was
arcade,
it?
So maybe NFL Blitz or NFL Street,
that makes me less
Backbreaker.
excited.
Yeah.
but it's...
I did love the NFL Blitz games though, like the N64 and stuff.
I
So-
think it'd be cool if they did a fucking XFL game, man.
Well, there was a rumor that they were going to do that if the XFL lasts more than one season
Yeah.
this time, which I
If
think it will.
they
It's
did
had
that,
good
I think
ratings.
that would help the XFL grow also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were
Yeah,
supposed...
but it's already titled for an NFL league, so.
All right.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. But, yeah, so it's going to be, yeah, something probably more arcadey. I wouldn't mind it. I loved... NFL Street was okay, but really NBA Street was great.
No, yeah,
But
NBA
if-
Street was
But if
the
they
shit.
could, if they could, you know, translate that obviously to the football field, that would be cool. I'm just glad that the NFL is, even though it's not a Madden competitor like directly, that they're at least branching out from EA's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fucking iron grip.
Monopoly.
Madden can get stale.
Madden does
Yeah.
get. That's why I was hoping it
haven't
was going to
bought-
be like an actual like
I haven't bought a Madden
football
in-
type game.
Probably since like the PS2, maybe early PS3.
Like
I-
and
I
was
buy it
NFL
every year.
2K5?
I-
That was the last one, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one where you could go first person.
And
fucking
but
tough
yeah,
to
they
play.
said, but like that one was like everybody said it was like better than Madden 05.
And you got to remember, they put it on sale brand new for $20. And what happened is that it sold really well, and EA got scared, so they paid the NFL
Yeah.
a bajillion dollars to basically just keep it for
Yeah.
themselves.
Because I mean, the 2K games are better than NBA Live games too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I think 2K probably just makes better games than EA, like better sports games.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
I bet that's why they don't want a direct competitor.
I'm interested to see, because you got to remember, 2K is owned by Take-Two,
Yeah.
who are obviously, you know, have GTA and whatever, so they're making... So the first game is going to launch in time for the football season, sometime in 2021. So you would imagine probably summer 2021.
Yeah.
So in time for the following.